Be here as this is our version of the Timby Awards, and we came up with the idea. It's just a way to culminate the year with to celebrate all you guys, celebrate our student athletes, our coaches, our staff, and we wanted to bring everybody together as a unified department to celebrate and show our appreciation for a very eventful 2014-15 year. So glad you guys are here to join us, and as we look to honor all you guys. Before I start, I would, as athletic director, I would like to show my appreciation to several people and let you guys show your appreciation for them too. Folks that work in our department and dedicate so much time and effort for you guys. One person that put all this together and organized it and did the slideshow and everything, our athletic coordinator, Sarah Pavlacek. Who's going to be our MC, and very famous Timberwolves, our sports information director, Travis McCurdy. Associate AD and our head football coach, Coach Rima. And a person that everyone here knows and loves, our assistant AD for compliance and many, many other things, Krista Plummer. Assistant AD for facilities events, who sets everything up and organizes things behind the scenes, Coach Joe DiBendetto, Coach Dave. A couple people can't be here. Our office manager always has a smiley face in the office, Jerry Pelletier. And our strength and conditioning coach, Scott Fisher. Our athletic training staff, I think, is over here. Let's give it up for Kate Dornboss, John Rogers, Brett Devereaux. And our faculty athletic rep, Mr. Ken Long, right up here in the crowd. Ken, thanks for all you're doing. And a couple people, not technically in our department, but she may as well be. She's at all our events, many on the road as well. Sue Mishler, everybody. And lastly, I also want to point out a guy that is True Blue Timberwolf. He covers Northwood for the Midland Daily News. You see him at a ton of our games, often on the road as well, along with his daughter Jillian, who knows more about the Timberwolves than anyone but T-Mac probably. And that's Fred Kelly and his daughter Jillian. Where are you, Fred? Thanks for all you do, Fred. I have a couple of just quick an update before we go on, but first, this is not really part of the program, but while I'm here and you guys are here, this is a mini informal survey. And so at the beginning of the year, you guys may remember we give all our student athletes student athlete planner and handbook. So I want honest response when I say go to raise your hand if you use these when you get them. So if you use these, I want honest response. Let me see your hand. Okay, not bad. All right, I'm just curious to see if you guys need to start using. All right, thank you. All right, just before we get on with the program, I do want to give one update of exciting things that will be happening starting on May 11th. Most of you probably know this, but the Bennett Center is going to look vastly different by the end of October. We're renovating in here, and yeah, that's right. to Coach Ritma, who is spearheaded all this. But we're going to have new bleachers, offices, locker rooms, a new court down there. It's just going to look different in here. It's going to benefit all of our student athletes and our school. We're really excited to get going on that. So just let you know that we're on pace to start May 11th, and it should be done the latter part of October. This is just one of the phases. One thing we try to do is keep improving what we do to serve you guys better. A few years ago, we did the weight room and training room, did the turf room a couple years ago. This is a new part of it, and we continue to look to try to improve things so that we can serve you guys and make your experience here better, and that you can always be proud Timberwolves. So, lastly, I just want to say I'm honored to be your athletic director. I've been here for 17 years. I bleed blue. I'm among your biggest fans, and I'm just honored that I can work with you guys and work with the staff to make Northwood a great place for you. And we will always be looking to improve and make things better. You have my word on that. And this evening is one of those things we're trying to do to just bring everybody together at the end of the year, recognize your achievements, recognize you guys, and as we wrap up the year. So I say go T-Wolves, everybody. And I am now going to turn it over to your Master of Ceremonies for the first annual Timbies, Mr. Travis McCurdy.
Absolutely. Welcome, great to see everyone here tonight for the first Timby Awards. It's the first year we're doing this. It's going to be a new tradition from here on out. Just want to let you guys know how we all put this together. The head coaches nominated student athletes in all of these awards, and then a combination of the coaches, the administrators, and the SAC came together and we all voted on these awards. One more thing before we get going, we always try to give back. That's one big thing about our athletic department I think we do an awesome job with, is giving back. And over by Sarah, where she's sitting, there is a bucket. We're going to try and raise a little money for Make-A-Wish tonight. If you guys have dollar, change, whatever you got, on your way out, just throw some money in there on the way out. We'd love it. Some of you have already done that. That's awesome. Thanks very much. So, of course, that's what we do here. We make a difference. All right. So, let's get this thing going. Before we actually start any of the awards, right now we're going to show a video highlighting some of the things that happened this year made by our marketing department.
Timby
poster right there. Male seniors, go see Joe. Female seniors, go see Krista. And we'll get you guys recognized in a moment. All right, while they're doing all that, later tonight, our final award of the night will be the moment of the year. So right now, we're going to go over the nominees and what exactly they did to get nominated. Our first nomination was one of our first games of the year. We all know the battle Coach Reed has been going through this year. And he's been fighting so courageously and inspiring us all. Despite all those obstacles, he only missed one football game this year. That one he missed was the Northern Michigan game right at the beginning of the year. But that game was one of the great moments of the season. Something very special happened at the end of the game, and let's take a look at it right now. It's a little tough to tell in there, but actually the guys were all holding up the stool that Coach Reed was going to sit on during the game that he wasn't able to do there, and they sang the fight song, 23-13 win over Northern Michigan. Really emotional, great win. Congratulations, football. That was awesome. Our next moment was the women's basketball game against Michigan Tech earlier this season. Michigan Tech had a great year. They've had a great program for a long time. They were the GLIAC champions this year. They were ranked #1 in the region the whole year. They hosted the regional tournaments. And they ended the game here at the Bennett Center late in the year with a 22-1 record. And with 50 seconds left, they led Northwood by 8 points. Now, with all that in mind, you'd assume that probably means not a good thing for Northwood, but it wouldn't be a moment of the year nominee unless something special happened. Let's take a look.
And 3 from the right corner off the back iron. Long rebound. It's pulled down by Emily Kutch for the Timberwolves. Now Seeley's open. 3 from the right corner is good. 37 seconds left. Maddie Seeley knocks down the triple about her. She picks up her dribble in the back court. Nearly has it. So Emily Kutch with the steal for the Timberwolves. Northwood down by 5. 39 seconds. But Seeley 3 from the right corner is good. Maddie Seeley knocks down another triple. Back-to-back 3 for Richie. Richie gets around the defender. Pivots. Kicks out. Anderson. 500 shot clock. Into the paint area. Tough shot is off the mark. Sanders using the rebound. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds. Sanders using pushing up the floor. Kicks out. Emily Kutch shot on its way. It's good. Emily Kutch puts it in at the buzzer. And we are going to overtime. Sanders through the puts it ahead. Emily Kutch knocks it down. The Timberwolves with an 8-second run. She puts it in overtime.
Needless to say, they won in overtime. And on a personal note, I've been doing this since before that Y2K thing happened. And I have never clapped at anything in my career. But if you look closely, I was not professional because I'm supposed to be even keel. SID was clapping on press row after that last basket went in, so soon. Our next nomination also comes from the basketball season. It came right at the end of the year. Men's basketball had a really easy scenario right at the end. Win against Lake Superior, you're in the tournament. Lose, you're out. That's not an easy scenario though. Lake Superior was already named the GLIAC champion. They already had it clinched. They were ranked 17th in the country. The game went to overtime, back and forth game. But again, it's a play of the year nominee. So obviously something pretty cool happened.
The best quarter field goal percentage in school history, and this is kind of why here, because against these kind of percentage shots here, Mo Jones right the Bulls for the slam dunk.
Some name butcher coming up here,
overtime. In the extra period, Mo Jones can't get the jump on the ball, but Matt Cole, he is there for the board and the bucket. Then later, it's Dylan Lankabell here to Bulls on the baseline for the jumper. Then finally, Mo Jones going to beat the shot clock here as Northwood beats Lake State 73-66 in overtime. The Timberwolves will face Lake State in the UP in a rematch on Wednesday and the GLIAC quarterfinals.
Very cool. Congratulations. Matt Crowell, Dylan Lankabell. You can say your name here at TV. Next up, men's soccer. They don't have a video, so you just gotta listen to me talk about it. The team was picked to finish 4th in the GLIAC. They've always been a very solid team, upper echelon team in the GLIAC. But if you looked in the trophy case, there was never any GLIAC hardware. And as Doug Carter's neighbor, I can tell you, he's been itching for some hardware for a long time. And this is the year they did it. They were ranked in the top 25 for most of the year, hosted an NCAA tournament match. And the moment we got that hardware happened down in Tiffin, Ohio. We played that one team down the road that's red, that I will not say their name, in the GLIAC championship match. And we beat them 1-0 to win the GLIAC tournament. Storm the field, celebration, awesome moment. The fact that it came against that red team down the road probably made it even a little more special because while all of us have a rivalry with Saginaw Valley, the men's soccer rivalry with them is probably even a little bit higher than everybody else's. So for them to win that tournament against that team in that scenario for the first ever championship, what an awesome moment. Congratulations, men's soccer. Our next nominee comes from the baseball team. Baseball's had a great year this year. Coming in, they were picked 5th in the North, probably about 10th or 11th overall in the league. But the team has been right near the top or at the top of the GLIAC all season right now. 3rd place overall, 2 games out of 1st place with 4 games to go. And earlier this season, Northwood played Hillsdale at home. Already won 3 games in the series, 1 game to go. A lot of times when you've won 3, you got 1 to go in baseball, it's kind of easy to let that last one slip away, especially when you're down 4-1, or excuse me, 5-1 with 2 outs in the 8th inning. But the way our baseball team has been this year, it's been fight from start to finish, and this game is no exception. Wayne Mokes, like Bailey's 2 seniors are going to recognize the moment, had 2 out, 2-run singles in the 8th to tie the game at 5-5. And then in the 9th, Dylan Trumarkey had an RBI single for us to win 6-5, complete the sweep. As great as that moment is, and it's a nominee for Play of the Year, for you boys in baseball, I hope your moment of the year actually hasn't happened yet. It happens in the next couple weeks as you guys make your way to the GLIAC tournament into the postseason. But once again, great season, congratulations, baseball. Next up, we have one from our softball season. I mentioned that red team down the road that will go nameless is probably the favorite team for all of us to beat. But probably number 2 on that list is, I'll say, the Grand Valley State. They got to be number 2 on that list of teams for all of us to beat in the league. Coming down the end of the year, softball needed 2 wins, Grand Valley needed 2 wins. We played them at home. A couple of really close games, but we were the ones, Northwood was the ones that found a way to win 2 late games. Jenny Montorsik, an RBI clutch game-winning walk-off single in game 1, 7-6 in the 9th inning. And then in game 2, we're down 4-1 in the 5th inning, and senior over there somewhere, Lindsay Obremski, grand slam, 5-4 lead, Northwood wins 5-4. Sweeping Grand Valley, first time we've swept Grand Valley in softball since 2006. Great moment, great day, congratulations softball. Our final moment just happened the other day. Earlier this season, men's tennis lost to Ferris and Grand Valley, making them the 3 seed in the GLIAC tournament. But men's tennis is not a team to take lightly at any point. So when the team had to go to the GLIAC tournament, they had to go through those 2 teams. And when they got to the semifinals, they played Grand Valley, and they were down 3-0 after doubles. I mentioned I've been doing this stuff since before that Y2K thing. I think I've seen maybe once where a team has come back from 3-0 down to win a match. You basically have to win 5 of the next 6 matches in singles to win. And if you're already down 3-0, it probably means the other team might be better. But not on this day. The Timberwolves fought back, won 5 of the 6 matches to win 5-4. Tanine Cater won a 3-set match of 6 singles to clinch the match over Grand Valley. Then the Timberwolves got revenge against Ferris State the next day, beating them 5-3. And now we're hosting the regional this weekend. So what a great turnaround. The thing about tennis, sometimes we all forget. Most of you sitting in here were not alive the last time men's tennis did not win some form of GLIAC championship. 1994 was the last time they didn't win the GLIAC or win the GLIAC tournament. So for them to fight back, come back and win that tournament, great accomplishment. Congratulations, men's tennis. it's time for us to recognize these seniors. They're all lined up over here. This group of players have done a lot for us over the years, and we are going alphabetical by team, starting with the women's basketball team. Come over and see Dave Marsh and accept your award. Starting with Jade Lee from women's basketball. Good job, Jade. Thanks for leading us off. I'm sure you're very excited about that. Next up, Gabrielle Roulette. Caitlin Susan from women's basketball. Yeah, when I say your name, you're supposed to walk out and not talk to Lindsay Love, okay? Payton. This might surprise you who comes next, but it's Sarah Susan. And finally, Aaliyah Wiley. You're on the right path. Good job. Next up is women's golf, starting with Kim Brown. Brianna Blumenhurst. And finally from women's golf, Emily Burchett. Next up is women's soccer, Caitlin Christensen. Katie Knapp. And finally for women's soccer, Melissa Seymour. Our next team is softball, Lindsay Obremski. Madison Seaball. Lindsay Look. And finally from softball, Kayla Gust. Next up is women's tennis. Margarita Ostatran. And finally, Anastina Puchkina. Anastia. I'm sorry. You know I know. I'm sorry. All right, next up is women's cross country and track and field. Crystal Harvey. And Valencia Lynch. And our final women's senior, the lone senior from volleyball this year, Erin Hamayan. Okay, next up is our men's seniors, starting with the baseball team, Luke Bivens. Eric Cotton. Sean Cunningham. Josh Long. Wayne Moak. And finally, Travis Smith. From men's basketball, Will Bowles. Tony Johnson. From football, Ron McNamara. Okay, well. And Logan Jordanich. There's a lot of other seniors, but most of them are gone now, so. He actually is the only one here, so yeah, Logan, all right. All right, men's golf, Tony Ciccolini. Robert Marsh. And finally, Derek Rowe. Men's soccer has one senior, Gino Pasquale. I said there's one senior with men's soccer, but there's a little cross over here, but it's because he's got another year of soccer left. Now with men's cross country and track and field, Mike Ankobiak. Wally Clay. David Rowley. Again, this might surprise you who the next guy is. Thomas Rowley. Last but not least, Carmine German.
I see you, Jack. Certified, huh?
Let's give one more round of applause for all these great teams. All right, now it's time for the awards and some real nominations. We'll be announcing 4 finalists for all the awards, and then obviously the winner is one. Our first award is the Team GPA Award, and the nominees are women's basketball, men's cross country, men's tennis, and volleyball. And the Timby goes to volleyball. Coach Trippett, come up and accept the award. After your team. We had some great GPAs as we always do. Almost every team's above a 3.0. I know almost all these nominees were above 3.5, so that's congratulations. That's an awesome accomplishment for our athletic department. Next up is our Team of the Year award. Pretty simple. Best team that had the best year. And the nominations are baseball, women's basketball, men's soccer, and men's tennis. The Timby goes to men's soccer. We might need a different flash because of that ring is going to be so big on Billy's hand. Congratulations, Doug, and men's soccer. Our next award is the Coaches Award. This award is given out, all the coaches got to pick one player from their team, and that player is the Coaches Award winner for each team. So we will be going alphabetically by sport in this list. First up, from baseball, Grant Bridgewater. Next up is men's basketball, Sage DeMall. From women's basketball, Sarah Susan. From men's cross country, Matt Dibble. From women's cross country, Chloe Teal. From football, Mike Keith. Did I just pick up some awards, so show hugging right there from that group? Not surprised. Oh, the hug? Okay, yeah. Are you going to hug him like the commission now? Apparently not. From men's golf, Matt Benson. And Matt just stepped around our women's golf winner, Grace Cannon. From men's soccer, Mike Ankoviak. Michael, if you move to sit in the middle, not alienate both of your teams, don't sit with either of them. I like that move. From women's soccer, Jessica Esser. Almost the furthest away you possibly could be. Good thing you're soccer, you got good conditioning level, this won't worry you out, let's go. Right knee. From men's tennis, Konstantin Zukov. From women's tennis, Margarita Asatryan. From men's track, Josh Gardner. Well, we'll get it to him. From women's track, Darcy Estelle Templin. From softball, Kayla Gus. And finally, from volleyball, Jacqueline Kimmett. next award has already actually been given out, but we still want to recognize these outstanding student athletes at this night. Next award is the Scholar Athlete Award. We have 2 female Scholar athletes, surprisingly, Caitlin Susan and Sarah Susan. And for men's soccer, Johannes Starogo. Alright, next up is the Pack Pride Award. This award is given out to a male and female who is a great representative of Northwood University, not only on campus but in the community. An athlete that displays great attitude, great academics, and leadership. The nominees for the Women's Pack Pride Award are from women's golf, Brianna Blumenhurst. From women's soccer, Caitlin Christensen. And from volleyball, Lisa Kissel. And the Timby goes to Brianna Blumenhurst, women's golf. All right, the nominees for the Men's Pack Pride Award are from men's basketball, Tony Johnson. From baseball, Ken Reeves. From football, Jake Rietma. And from men's tennis, Austin Woody. And the Timby goes to Jake Rietma, football. With the first pick in the Timby Awards. How many ways to take one? He could be emceeing this tonight, really, if you wanted. Our next award is the Newcomer of the Year. This award is given to the best female and male athletes who are in their first year of eligibility at Northwood. The nominees for female Newcomer of the Year are from women's track and field, Claudia Coleman. For women's golf, Monica Gabrielle. From volleyball, Allison Getty. And from women's basketball, Maddie Seeley. And the Timby goes to Maddie Seeley, women's basketball. Next up is the Men's Newcomer of the Year. The nominees are from men's basketball, Maurice Jones. From baseball, Logan Metters. From football, Damian Nicholson. And from men's track and field, Jeremy Witchcomb. And the Timby goes to Maurice Jones, men's basketball. No, you look a little different. We'll get it tomorrow. All right, 3 more to go. Next up is the Female Athlete of the Year. And the nominees are from volleyball, Jacqueline Kimmett. From women's golf, Marlise Peckler-Alt. From women's tennis, Anastasia Puchkina. And from women's basketball, Gabrielle Rivette. And the Timby goes to Gabrielle Rivette, women's basketball. Gab, you want to do an acceptance speech now? She loves public speaking so much. She can come give it. Oh, okay, whatever. Surprise. Finally, we have 2 more to go. Our next award is the Male Athlete of the Year. And the nominees are, or the Timby Award nominees are, from men's soccer and track, Mike Kobiak. From men's basketball, Will Bowles. From football, Mike Fisher. And from baseball, Dustin Lee. And the Timby goes to Mike Kobiak.
All-American.
All right, our final award is the one we mentioned earlier. It's the Moment of the Year. Here, once again, here are the nominations for Moment of the Year. Football win for Coach Rima up at Northern Michigan. Women's basketball comeback win against Michigan Tech. Men's basketball overtime win against Lake Superior State. Men's soccer winning layup tournament over that other team. Baseball comeback win to sweep Hillsdale. Softball sweeping Grand Valley. And men's tennis coming back from 3-0 down to beat Grand Valley in the semifinals. And the Timby goes to football win at Northern Michigan. Coach on, come on now. That's it. That's all we got tonight. Seniors, we'd love for you to stick around. We want to get one group shot with all of you together before we go. But that's the end of our presentation night. Don't forget that if you haven't donated a little bit to the Make-A-Wish, we love that. Thank you all for coming out, and we'll see you next year.